Jerome Powell and the Fed gave us a quarter cut, but the markets weren't happy. Initially, we pumped, but now we're back on where we were before. That's because Jerome overcooked the turkey. Left rates too high for too long, he said. There's pretty much no fixing housing. Now, why is this affecting crypto? We'll talk Hbar Xrp Xlm price.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Now, it's customary at the beginning of every video for me to share your comments, except for videos after lives. Why? Because that's when I take this opportunity to thank everyone in the chat and everyone for watching the live today. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I told you I'd give a recap video. Bitcoin, 92,775. ETH is pulling back from its highs at 33.62. Xrp at 205. Let's take a look at that XRP chart. Oh, I wouldn't say capital P, but some definitely green-a-roni. And then, now we're below where we were before the Fed. That sucks, girlfriend. Since XRP went back here to touching 217, it has been down, down, down. Now, that being said, the overall crypto market is looking, well, kind of to be honest with you. The market wanted more, and the market had thought this whole time that Jerome overcooked the turkey, and he admitted it. He admitted that housing is a mess, that the labor market is fairly shaky, that we don't know what's going on with tariffs yet, and that, well, we're mimicking times from the 90s. Now, the volume for the market didn't react at all either. You know what this tells us? The market is looking at rags. That's what's going to move this entire ball. Volume, $145 billion. Altcoin season? No, it's BTC dominant season. We're at 18 out of 100, so we're deep into the BTC gains. Hbar, same thing happened. Pumperoni and a bit of what, everyone? Well, you know the deal. That is dumperoni. XLM, what's your guess? I know what my guess. Oh, the pumperoni and the dumperoni. XLM right now sitting at 25.21 cents. Volume, same. Up only 3% to 172 million. So the market's really not reacting. Hbar's volume flat. XRP's volume up only 7%. ETH's up 2%. So the market honestly was like, yo, Jerome, you did overcook the turkey. And the other problem we have too is Jerome said, look, we got some big problems. Inflation is staying too high for too long. This is your inflation chart over the last 3 years. Target is at this 2.0 level. We haven't been there in the last few years. So now we've got the problem of cutting rates, but inflation staying high, which what could prime hyperinflation. Now, I don't think we're going to hit that here in Los Estados Unidos, but it's still a problem because inflation, whether it's hyperinflation or just bad butt ramming inflation, it hurts the consumer, and that's me and you. So right now, the Fed admits they kind of screwed up. Jerome says, look, we might cut it even more in the future, but the crypto markets say, okay, cool, but you kind of screwed us with the job market. And Jerome even went on the mic to say, you know what? Hopefully AI saves a whole bunch of companies money. Why is that important? Well, because if the economy stagnates, right? If the growth slows down a bunch, it's not going to be about growing the top line. It's going to be about how much can you save to bring into the bottom line. So if AI can save like every freaking company, because remember when crypto was pimped? Oh, bro, cross-border payments, it's going to save all these companies money. Oh, moving money so cheaply, it's going to save, and all these companies are going to use crypto. Companies didn't use crypto that way. But that was one of the things that was floated out there, that crypto could save companies money. Well, now that has shifted on over to AI, that AI can save crypto. Or I'm sorry, that AI could save companies money. Jerome, yeah. Fed fund rate down. Future, probably down too, a couple more. But we have other problems, big problems out there. And so, yeah, this was probably the lightest we've seen this man. He was laughing. He was kind of joking a little bit up there. I think that's because he knows he up, and guess what? He's done in May of 2026. So we only have to put up with this sack of crap for like 6 more months. So the Fed waited too long to raise rates when the problem was happening with the Rona. And the Fed was too slow to lower rates when, yeah, we were getting out of it. So now we've got a big hole to dig out of. Our favorites reacted, and what did I tell you on the live stream? I said, look, I don't look at prices right away. I look at them over the next couple hours. Went right back to where we were. ETH, look at that. XRP, There you go. That's this move right here. Right back to where we were. So the market wants more. You want more. I want more. And I don't know. Somehow players out there are still saying this. XRP just triggered the pattern that preceded its 7,000% breakout. Fucking retards. So now if we don't get the regs, we're in some deep poopy, aren't we? And the worst part about this whole thing, we're relying upon the United States Senate. Oh, there's a risky bet for you. We also want to look at what's happening with confidence in the markets as a whole. Stock market's still doing decent. Gold and silver absolutely roaring. So the safe haven play is still rolling. Oil still kind of soft, so no luck there. And honestly, a lot of players are focusing on that AI bubble because if it bursts, it's going to take a lot of things down with it because that's supposed to be the next tech out there that saves companies a bunch of money. The computers, remember, they came out, that saved people a bunch of money because you didn't have to get people to do all the manual entry anymore. You could do it with computers. And then all of a sudden, high-speed internet came out, and that saved companies a ton of money too. Yeah. So now they're looking at AI as the next tech thing to save costs. And with the world now kind of having some economic problems and debt being super bad, well, growth might be slow. And when growth is slow, you need to save. So that's why venture capital moved away from crypto and into AI because that's where the savings at. And companies want to do what? They want to save money when things get stagnant. So if we have the next 5 years of slow shit growth, these players are going to want to save. But bro, cross-border payments, but bro, my balls. How many companies out there really using stuff for that? And there's not a lot of players that can. Local companies, they don't benefit from that. But now if all of a sudden they can hire some AI and get rid of customer service, if they could hire some AI instead of people writing articles, well, then there you go. Saving money. Now, certain asset classes are inflated, and we get that. And certain asset classes you're waiting are going to burst. Stocks. Yeah, outside of AI, the stock market too is pretty hot. And people are going, stock market's going up and inflation's going up. Oof. And housing stuff. It's kind of a weird combo. Yeah, it is. So let's see what happens because we should be getting subcommittee upvotes here for crypto regs within the next week and a half. We should also be getting more digestible news from the Fed as they talk over the next few days about the decision and market reaction. So choo what? Well, it has been an up and down day. And remember, I don't chase prices. So if we start going back to my targets, I'm buying. Because if we get regs, we're moving. Choo what? Well, the science is behind me. Choo bitches.